Across these plains and prairies, Rocky Mountain highs, fade off into the distance like ghost riders in the sky. Black smoke and white line, steel horses side by side. It's more than just a living, y'all. Hell, it's our way of life. We're the last of the cowboys.
All loaded up. This is what we got. Case 350, CX 350D. We are supposed to be 11.4 wide, 12 foot tall, which I think we're actually going to come in under that. We're going to measure here in a second. And we're weighing in at just under 80,000 pounds. Oh, it's big enough. We are in Oswego, Illinois right now. We're picking up in Oswego, and we are going to Lafayette, Louisiana. A couple things we got to do. I want to measure the tracks, see what our width is. I also want to measure height to see how high we are, and then I want to put a exhaust cover on that exhaust stack there. Not because I think it matters. I'm pretty sure Case puts baffles in there, but I have it. I own it. It's in the truck. It seems dumb to be in the truck and not on the load. So we're gonna do that. Let's check these measurements real quick. Figure out what our highest point is. I thought maybe that handrail. I thought maybe that handrail right there might be a little bit higher. We're gonna have to check. We'll have to check both and see if the arm is higher or that handrail's higher. Looks like the hose is on the, I might be able to grab a bungee cord and pull them hoses down a little bit, the hydraulic lines down a little bit, and get it if we're worried about it. But I permitted at 13.8, so shouldn't be an issue, but let's find out. All right, here we go. First off, let's get up there and cover this exhaust, and then we can get a good look. Not only do we get the exhaust covered, but we'll also get a good look at the highest point while we're standing up there. I would say, I think these handrails might be higher than those lines right there. Let's find out. We are 13.2 on those lines. $13.5 on these hydraulic lines. $12.11 on those. So we are good either way. We permitted at 13.8. We could have left it at 13.6 because we were 13.4 at our high, or 13.5 at our highest point. I don't need to climb up there and mess with them hydraulic lines. Need to keep that in mind in case we come across something that's a little bit low, that those hydraulic lines are sticking up. Catch a tree branch with them things, you could rip a hydraulic line. And that's not great. And it might be time for a new bag. All right, now we got to get a width measurement here and make sure we're accurate going across our tracks. 11 foot 4 inches, right on the money. That's what we permitted for, so 14 inches there. $14 inches on the back. Man, she did a great job of putting this thing dead straight. This looks like 20 and a half. Wow. That doesn't seem right. Oh, dang. Son of a pup. All right, guys, well, what you just witnessed there was me realizing that I screwed up. When I was watching, when she was bringing this thing on and I was watching the boards, what I do is I watch these boards, these lines in the boards on the tracks, and whatever the spacing is on each side, that's what I follow. So I was looking at the line, I didn't realize that she was one board over on the other side. So we were at 14 inches over here and 20 inches on the other side. So that's a problem. That's a problem both for weight distribution. It's going to push harder on that side. Also, it changes your permit because the way DOT will do it is they'll measure from the trailer to the outest portion of load on the driver's side, from the trailer to the widest portion of load on the passenger side. Then they'll measure across the trailer, add the three together, and that's what they'll come up with. Now, if we're sitting 7 inches or 6 inches off that side, it's going to come up. It could possibly come up with a different number. So that we needed to straighten it out more for weight distribution, but we needed to straighten it out. But we got it straightened out now. I had to unsecure the whole thing, move it, and then resecure it all back down. So apparently today I've been practicing practicing how to secure an excavator. So now that we got that done, we are gonna check out these lights and we're gonna get out of here and go to delivery. Hopefully, with any luck, the goal is to deliver tomorrow afternoon, late tomorrow afternoon, I hope, because I have a crane load booked out of Arkansas that's about a 3.5 to 4 hour bounce, and I would like to be empty tomorrow and get part of that run off, so that I can load it Thursday morning. I said I'm unloading in Louisiana Thursday morning. Be loading up in Arkansas Thursday morning would be better off. So that's what we're gonna try to do. We're gonna see what happens. So here we go. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Didn't quite make it as far as I wanted to last night. Made it to somewhere in southern Illinois. I'm almost to Missouri. Scale House. I probably would have made it into, I was shooting for exit 12 in Missouri, and I probably would have made it there had the scale in southern Illinois not pulled me in. Just check things out, no big deal. Nothing crazy, but he just wanted to check me out. But just pulling me around back and getting me to stop and bring all my stuff in, that cost me about 20 minutes. So I couldn't get quite as far as I wanted to. And then I started to go down there. There is, right before a set of construction, there is a Road Ranger, that's where I'm at right now. Road Ranger truck stop. That is right before Route 24, the junction of 24 and 57. And right where 24 starts, construction also starts. And it's on my permit to exit on Route 146, go to 51 and come back to 57. So this happens to be Route 148, not 146, where this Road Ranger is. And when I passed by here last night, I thought, is that the route I wanted? And then I got into the construction, and there's a sign there that says 10-foot, 4-inch wide restriction, lane restriction ahead. That got me a little concerned. So I ended up jumping on 24, hitting the first exit, and spinning around and coming back, and staying at this Road Ranger until I could get a good look at this. And I don't know, we're gonna see how this goes. I don't know where the 10-foot 4 is, but I'm definitely gonna be deep into the construction before I get to Route 146, which is what the permit has me getting off. I'm assuming they know what they're doing. And that bridge, the Route 146 bridge, is hopefully where the tight restriction is. But we're gonna find out this morning. But I can't leave here for another 15 minutes or so. There was something I wanted to talk about outside real quick that I happened to put on. You guys remember when I broke that binder last week? That is not the first binder I've broken. So I have a little, I said it on that video that I have a little broken binder pile. And so it turned into a thing yesterday. What I ended up doing for securement on this thing, you guys saw me put it on. I ended up doing my regular binders off the tracks on each end, one on each side, and then I hooked one chain, 2 binders, but I hooked the chain, came straight to the trailer on each side. So that required 4 binders right there. And then I did the same thing on the back, which requires another 4 binders. Just like that. So I got 8 binders. And what I realized last night was I don't have 8 working binders anymore. We bought 10 when I equipped the trailer. I bought 10 and I kept some of my 3/8 binders just for add-ons or whatever. And what it ended up being is I had to use two, that one hooked to the chain and this one here hooked to the chain, are 3/8 binders. Now the catch here is, and I've never brought this up on the channel, but the catch with this is you have to keep this in mind when you're working your weight for securement, so you have the correct amount of securement on the load. These binders, because they're 3/8 binders here, that's a 6,500 pound credit. The chain is a 1/2 inch chain, so it's an 11,300 pound credit. However, the DOT is going to take the lesser of the two. So if it was a 3/8 chain with a 1/2 inch binder or a 1/2 inch binder with a 3/8 chain, doesn't matter. They're going to take the value of the lowest one, and that's the credit you get for that chain. So I had to adjust a little bit to make sure we had enough securement, because those two chains I only get 6,500 pounds credit. I actually get half of 6,500 because they don't go all the way across the trailer. So that's something I never brought up on the channel, and it dawned on me yesterday when I was putting those on that I don't think I've ever talked about. I never ran into it. But you got to watch, if you're using two different style binders, you got to make sure that you account for. The only one I ever saw, believe it or not, the only one I ever saw look at the rating on the binders was that Columbus, Ohio City DOT. He actually looked to see what if they were 1/2 inch or 3/8 or what. So I mean, you kind of have to look if you're gonna start counting up credit for securement, but he's the only one I ever actually noticed looking at it. So other than that, we are going to get out the door here. I wanted to talk about that. Also wanted to talk about this 10'4". This is going to be interesting. I'll probably turn the camera on when I go through there. This is going to be interesting. Hopefully that restriction is right there, Route 140. I'm assuming that the permit department knows what they're doing, and I'm gonna roll with it. We're gonna see what happens. Hopefully I'm not stuck in a lane here. We're about 10 hours out of delivery. Place closes at 5 o'clock. We're shooting for it. We're going for it. Hopefully I'll be there about 4 o'clock. Get this thing kicked off, and then I'm only gonna have about an hour or so that I can run back up to my pickup. But that was the goal, to get this thing off the trailer, so I'm headed to my pickup, and I can still be there early tomorrow morning. So let's do it. Let's go see if we can hit some Jersey walls. My hopes and dreams of delivering today are dashed. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Why? That's why. Truck threw a D-rate code. Said my DEF fuel was low. Threw an SRC code. D-rated me down 25%. Well, 25% D rate, so it was down 75% power. Pretty tough to pull the weight I got with that kind of power. So we are in Jackson, Mississippi. Got the trailer dropped. Really wish I could have brought it here, but unfortunately there was a bridge. This is off route, and there was a bridge that was marked pretty low for weight, so I didn't want to chance it, go over that bridge and get down here. So we are sitting here waiting to find out what's going on.